Showbit, and today is 24th April 2026. Welcome back to the newsroom. We got a massive show today, from superhero peacemakers to robot cleaning ancient temples and even ice clouds in deep space. Buckle up because the news starts now. Now let's dive into the world news. The Iran-US conflict and the quest for peace. Okay, first up, let's talk about some big kid stuff happening in the Middle East. It's a bit like a giant game of chess between some very powerful countries. The big ceasefire. There's some good news. Israel and Lebanon have agreed to extend their ceasefire for 3 more weeks. What is a ceasefire? Well, it's a formal agreement where two sides stop fighting to talk about peace instead of using weapons. Trouble at the sea. Over at the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow water highway where all ships travel, things are tense. President Trump has ordered the US Navy to take action against small Iranian boats that are putting mines, underwater explosives in the water. The tanker tussle. The US military recently seized a ship called the Majestic X. They said it was being used to sneakily move oil, which isn't allowed right now. The peacemakers. Pakistan is stepping up. Their leaders are meeting with US officials and to try and set up the second round of peace talks. They are basically being the middlemen to help everyone get along. Toxic rain in Russia. This sounds like something out of a movie. In a town called Tuapse, a drone hit an oil factory, causing a huge fire. When it started raining, the smoke mixed with the water to create toxic rain. The danger. This rain can leave a nasty coating on houses and plants and is bad for breathing. The rule. If you had ever heard about this, stay inside and keep the windows shut. Congo Virus in Pakistan. A sad note from Karachi. A teenager passed away from the Congo virus. It's the first case this year. Who's the culprit for spreading this virus? Ticks! Those tiny bugs on animals can carry the virus. Pro tip: always wash your hands after playing with animals or being in tall grass. Train trouble in Denmark. 2 trains accidentally bumped into each other near Copenhagen. About 17 people were hurt, and emergency teams are working hard to help them. It's a big reminder to always stay behind the yellow line at the station. Now let's dive into the India news. Travel just got a whole lot easier. Great news for Indian travelers. France, the land of croissants, Eiffel Towers and fancy cheese, said you no longer need an airport transit visa. If you're just stopping by their airport on the way to another country, more time for croissants, less time for paperwork. Fuel from plants, ethanol blending. India is trying to be more energy independent. Instead of buying all its oil from other countries, India is mixing petrol with ethanol. What is ethanol? Well, it's a fuel made from plants like sugarcane and corn. Why it matters? It makes India stronger because they don't have to worry as much if oil prices in other countries go up. Robot cleaners at the Sun Temple. The Konark Sun Temple is a 13th century masterpiece shaped like a giant chariot. For 120 years, its main room was filled with sand to keep it from collapsing. Now, the ASI Archaeological Survey of India is using a robotic trolley to carefully scoop the sand out so you can finally see what's inside. Now, let's dive into the technology news. Tech giant shake-ups. The digital world is feeling a bit bumpy. Meta, the people who own Instagram, is saying goodbye to 8,000 workers. Meanwhile, workers at Samsung are planning a strike because they want fairer pay. India's new gaming superhero. Gamers, listen up. India is launching the OGAI, Online Gaming Authority of India, on May 1st. Their job to make sure games are safe, fair, and not just about gambling. They'll give safety badges to the best games. Now let's dive into the space news. A triple meeting in the sky. Look up tonight. Venus, Uranus, and the Pleiades star cluster, the seven sisters, are all hanging out together in the western sky. It's a super rare celestial alignment. Ice clouds on a super Jupiter. The James Webb Space Telescope JWST just spotted water ice clouds on a planet called Epsilon in the Ab, which is 12 light years away. What is Space Telescope? It's a giant camera floating in space that can see much further than telescopes on Earth because there's no air or clouds in their way. Now, mystery. Scientists didn't think this planet could have ice clouds. So this discovery changes everything we know about super Jupiters. And that's the scoop for April 24th. Remember, today's Arbor Day. So go out and plant a tree. Trees are the planet's superheroes. So what is Arbor Day? Well, it's a special day just for trees. The word arbor comes from Latin, meaning tree. See you next time and keep exploring. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.